Hi, okay, so this is video reflection for January 15th. Yeah. Okay, so to be honest, I don't really feel like I've gotten much done today. Maybe that's because, well, I spent most of the evening making the base for the tennis racket theorem trebuchet, which A, isn't my problem, and B, also, I kind of am unsure about how well it will perform. So that's too bad. But I mean, I'm like half confident in it. I'm just not really sure if it will be usable experimentally. That's really what I wanted to say. I've done a really teensy bit of quantitative modeling for number 15. Why haven't I gotten enough done? Well, I think the main problem is focus. There's really just too many things that's going on at once, and I just feel like I need to focus on my problems right now. From what I hear, it's not too difficult to model simulations and perform experiment analysis afterwards, but still, it's something I have to do, so I don't think this mindset of, oh, I have enough time is the best way to go. And I don't have that mindset. Okay, to be honest, I don't think I have too big of a problem. I just think that I'm kind of paranoid because I haven't gotten enough done today. And I also spent way too much time on the trebuchet base than I initially planned for, so maybe I'm a bit annoyed at that. Is the trebuchet base as good as I expected? No, it's even better. It's really good. And tomorrow, when I do the experiment, we'll see if it works, and I'm pretty sure it should, because I designed everything with basically the correct parameters. We'll see about that. The axle prints for number 8 keep messing up. I think it has something to do with the height of the prints. They're too high, it gets wobbly, and it kind of messes up. So we'll have to check up on that tomorrow. Yes. Yeah, that's about it. So yeah, my progression is not really satisfactory. And on top of that, the teachers got us working on these other not theories, but equations that are very useful and helpful, I guess, for understanding electricity and magnetism and oscillations. They're just not really helpful for my problems because they have nothing to do with them. But, you know, it's what's given to me, so I try my best to understand them and I review them. But is that what's good for my problems? No, absolutely not. My goal is simple. Finish the quantitative analysis and parts of the experiments by this weekend. Actually, the second part is extra. My goal is to finish the quantitative analysis for number 15 by this weekend and have a MATLAB model of it. And that part Jace is going to help me model. The experiment part's pretty straightforward, and I also have basically everything ready, so I'm not worried about that too much. I think I'm just paranoid. Small thing. I'm just a bit paranoid. Yeah, we're not lagging too far behind. It's okay. Get some sleep, Jasper. Okay. I talked to Miss Choi today. So Chesan, about her Common App, because I was curious, like, what scores do I need? Like, how do I write the Common App? And what kind of essays I need to write, all of that. And I've gained, quite a lot of informative advice. It's also gotten me thinking about college applications again. Which college should I apply to? What major should I choose? All of that. And the more I think of it for now, I really think I don't really have a fixed direction. It's kind of been like an oscillating system with me and my major selection for this semester. So at first I was, very fixed on getting an engineering degree. And then I was reconsidering my choices after Charles told me maybe I should keep my options more open. And then I reverted back to, I think I need an engineering and I want an engineering degree by the end of the semester. And then doing KYPT and this research competition with high stakes, high pressure, I'm reverting back to maybe I should keep my options more open and also consider other things that I enjoy doing. Look, I don't hate equations and I don't hate learning. There are definitely points where learning a new equation or understanding a new concept is incredibly fulfilling and it feels euphoric. I agree. There are definitely those moments. There are also moments that I absolutely hate about it and are very boring, tedious, and grueling. That's fine. Everything has that duality. Every job, every hobby, everything you do has that kind of duality. There's just a difference in severity and balance, the balance point. There's a difference in balance point and severity, but everything has that duality. But the question is, do I really want to make that trade-off for the euphoria of understanding and comprehension? Do I want to make the trade-off of long hours in front of the laptop or scrolling or scribbling equations? I don't know about that, and I plan to think deeply about that before making my final decision for my college major. Right now, I'm trying to look into other majors in the liberal arts schools that deal with more of project-oriented studies, not business. I don't want to major in business. Look, I don't hate business majors. Look, I got nothing against them. I just think that if you were to spend $80,000 on a degree, I would much rather have engineering degree. I would much rather have an engineering degree than a business degree. Okay, I feel like this may sound very arrogant. Business I can kind of learn on my own. Plus, I don't think you can learn business. Okay, you can learn marketing, sure, and you can learn finance and management and accounting. But can you learn business? I don't think that's how it works. So, sorry, business majors, but I think I also like engineering a lot more than just pure business and in terms of that perspective. The reason, though, I'm considering, those business-related choices is because business offers a lot of flexibility, as far as I can tell. So it leaves me room to do more projects that are also business related. Maybe start my own business or maybe do a project or a fundraiser, stuff like that, which are all things that I'm interested in. I've also reflected on my tendencies and my passion a bit more. I've reflected on the what do you call that? The characteristic of my passion, basically. So I like making things, right? I like making things, and I like making products for other people. The euphoria comes from A, finishing a project, and B, from people liking that project. And with with a lot of the projects that I've done, be it Team C, lacrosse, 3D printing, KYPT, Conrad, Danpung, Noel. With a lot of the projects that I've done or am planning to do, I feel like the point of happiness or the point of fulfillment doesn't come from the act of making something physical. It comes from the act of perfecting or finishing or completing a product. And the second part is obviously of appreciation from the people. That's where my passion ignites, right? That's the part I like about the process. It's not because it's physically making something. I like physically making I like making things that are physical and palpable. I like those things. But I don't like them because they're physical. Does that make sense? I don't even know if that's true. That's just a thought that I had. Maybe I don't like things. Maybe I don't like making physical things. I just like making products or making a project. That doesn't have to be physical, right? And so that's kind of got me rethinking about mechanical engineering, which is very focused on making physical things and optimizing those boundaries. Someone has to do that. That's just not my passion. I feel like that's not my passion. But this is also a very new thought, so I need more time to contemplate on it and chew on it. So that's what I'll be doing when I'm having lunch or dinner tomorrow. But yeah, that's just a thought that occurred to me after I talked with Miss Troy. Perhaps, there's multiple ways that I can approach this college application thing. Perhaps my passion is more complicated than I thought, and perhaps engineering and a PhD in engineering is not the best way or the best approximation of my passion and my mission, right? So that's the thought I had today. That's about it. Bye-bye.